It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. Coming up next.
Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital, we've got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Alongside my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and this is a matchup, Brock, that we may see many, many times in the future of this league. A couple of rookie starters leading their offenses at quarterback.
And that really does make it a measuring stick game for both of them, Kate. Rookie quarterbacks in the draft, they're always linked to each other from the moment they're tabbed the starters in their first season. And then when you get to look across and you get to play one, you know that both of them want to be the one who leads their guys to a win, because that's a victory that'll be talked about, well, for the rest of their rookie season and beyond.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're off and running from Landover. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jayden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. But, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
He's got Brown on the slant. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Oh, they're looking option, headed left side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. He's on the move. He's running for it. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. Open space inside the 40. And he's finally brought down at the 33. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
First down, and they go right back to him. Has another lane. And they finally get to him at the 15. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Staying with Robinson. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for Robinson. And they don't allow a lane to form. Defense taking care of that play near the line. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
3rd and long for him here. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Austin Seibert on to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Falcons out on offense for their first drive. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
Brought in inside the 20. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Oh, an exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. From the shotgun, Penix escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Penix here from the gun. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd down give to Robinson. And he drives this forward to the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Here's Robinson, and he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Robinson. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Just 1 yard on the gain, so now it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 8.
Well, you're getting a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Now Penix on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Atlanta! He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Young Hui Koo on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons start off well to tie things 7-7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. He fields it from the 8. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Back out run the Commanders for their 2nd drive of the game. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Play fake here, Daniels. Has a man, it's Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. D. Alford getting there for the stop. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long.
You know, Kate, sometimes football and poker have a lot in common. You don't want to tell at the poker table, and you don't want one at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes just it's alignment. It's the way these linemen breathe. It's the blood in their knuckles the defenders read and react to. I think that time a tell was in play because the defense was all over that counter before it could get started.
That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Robinson has the Washington touchdown. The Commanders break the tie here in the 1st. Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell and stopping you from reaching that end zone.
Seibert now to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Here's Avery Williams on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the 2nd time. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 36. Caught, nice gain left side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. Rolling left, buying some time.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Penix looking to pass. Finds him over the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Pitts brings it in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Robinson on the inside give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Younghoe Koo out for the field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their 3rd touchdown in 3 drives. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run with Robinson. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running left is Robinson. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's complete. Here's Brown. And this one does not go far.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. 14-10 our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. And he's brought down for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the third row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now third down is so much harder.
And the Falcons get a fifth defensive back out there. Third down coming. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's on the move. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Commanders punting on fourth down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing Penix into the hands of Pitts. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now the give for Bijan. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Third down, 1 yard to go. A give left side. Here's Robinson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They've got first down from the 31. They'll run it with Bijan. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, here's Penix. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, but keeping those feet in bounds.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 48, it's into the hands of Mooney. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there, and the Falcons will have a first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. That's brought in by Mooney. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
2nd and 3 now. And again, it's Penix. That one's complete to London. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. There he goes on the right side. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running
Yep.
it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Seibert now to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11. A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. Here comes Williams on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick-6. Need short memories here as they head back out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Handoff now to Robinson. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 28. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
First and 10, a run to Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Staying with Robinson. And that hit stops him in his tracks. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Penix facing a 3rd and long. Forced out to his right. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. The Commanders and Brian Robinson Jr. running back on now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. He loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Catch is made in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They send the tight end in motion. 1st down from the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football, the Legion of Boom, obviously out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone, trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
Penix here from the gun. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up third down. Penix now. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
So now on fourth down, the Falcons electing to send Younghoe Koo after the field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. The kick by Lutz is good. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And their defense held up after that fumble, only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them, get some points of their own. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Eckler. And he works through a lane for a gain up to the 30. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. Stopped by Grady Jarrett. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Another carry for Robinson. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, here's Eckler. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Motioning him from the slot right. Here's Robinson. He'll cobble together a yard there. Lorenzo Carter there to bring him down. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Daniels from the pistol. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Lorenzo Carter there to bring him down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that, but let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Able to hit Robinson, complete. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. D. Alford getting there for the stop.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner and, really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
The Commanders ready for the punt. Avery Williams returning this for the Falcons. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Falcons with a long field ahead. 2nd and 3 now. From the 23. He fires one deep down the middle. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Penix on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Penix now on 1st down. Catch is made down the right sideline. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Another look for him, Brock. And hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. And my hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today. So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
They'll punt it away again. Bradley Pinion headed back out. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Commanders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's complete. Here's Brown. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 3 now. Shotgun snap to Daniels. On the move, headed right. He can run it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Into traffic, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Defense showing blitz. Daniels. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock, trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
2nd and 10, Penix to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Penix looking to pass. This is going all the way to the end zone. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete. It's halftime from near the nation's capital. The Commanders pulling in front after 2. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. McLeod now returning it. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. First and 10 now from the 30. And they send a man in motion. Going right side, Robinson with it. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And the Commanders will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Option play, here's a give to Eckler. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. An option give to Robinson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. To throw, Daniels. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders push their lead further to start the half. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Seibert now to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders lead by 15 now. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Here comes Williams on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Falcons and receiver Darnell Mooney headed out there now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix. Chased out to his right. He takes it himself. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Here's Robinson up the middle, and he's able to manage a couple on that run. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the shotgun, Penix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders will take over along the midfield stripe after a terrific return on top of that interception.
Well, that's now a second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Robinson on the inside give. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9. Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a 1st down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. How valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
Here's the Falcon offense headed out. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
From the 31. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Now the give for Bijan. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 39. Finds his target, Robinson. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
A give left side. Here's Robinson. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, and they go right back to him. Again, he hits the second level. And he gets this all the way inside the red zone, down at the 19. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Falcons will have a first.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. A toss now to Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Penix here from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Got it, man. Robinson has it. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They'll run it with Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
The Commanders all set to regain possession. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Daniels back to throw. It's taken in by Eckler. This is ahead for about 5. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Running left is Robinson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here's 2nd and 14. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Daniels now against a blitz. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Another carry for Robinson. And it's a nice gain, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's a give to Robinson. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Daniels now. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Wide open downfield. Got it! And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders make it a 3-possession game. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Seibert now to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders grow the lead now to 22 points. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Here comes Williams on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Now here come the Falcons on offense. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Penix to throw. It's into the hands of Mooney. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Penix on 1st down. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Penix now on 1st down. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And now it's 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That's brought in by Mooney. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. So we're through 3 here. It's Falcons football, but here in the 4th, that lead might be too much to overcome. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Offense staying out here. It's 4th and 11. Trying for it with Penix. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Staying with Robinson. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
3rd and just 2 to go. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only a yard that time. It forces 4th and 1.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Their punter making his way out now. It'll be Tress Way doing the honors. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. Finds the in route complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On 1st down, here's Penix. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They gain 14 on the play, and the Falcons will have a 1st.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Penix. Into the hands of Pitts. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 3 now. And again, it's Penix. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. That one gains 7. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
He's on the move. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Handoff now to Robinson. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9. Penix now. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. A second touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place. But 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Now the Falcons offense staying on the field, lining up to go for 2. They'll try to run it in. And he's going to cross for the score. They trim that deficit down to 14.
Every once in a while, we don't have to confuse this game. Simply beat the man in front of you. Carry the ball over the line. Rushing football at its finest.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Return starts at the 9. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. First and 10 now from the 30. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, Daniels. It's caught, Eckler. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. They'll run with Robinson. A lot of grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Here's Robinson. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Commanders have likely locked up the win right there. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Seibert now to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now outruns their offense to take over. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. To the air with Penix. And the Commanders get home, they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I don't know why, Kate, but when I'm thinking of this series that we all just watched, I'm just hearing the sound thud. Not a whole lot of other ways to describe the set of downs that we just watched and the results that followed. It was 3rd and extra long, and now it's 4th and forever.
Punt team on the field. It'll be Bradley Pinion doing the honors. Not much room, but he's still able to crush it. Ball taken in at the 36. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Commanders set to take over. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he drives it up past the 45. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's held up short of midfield after a small gain. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Robinson on the inside give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Now this offense ready to head back out. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Penix now to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Penix finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Here's Penix. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 43. Short pass brought in. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Still sticking with the passing game. Buys time, rolling right. Now he takes it. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Here's Penix to throw. He'll get this complete to Pitts. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Got a man, Robinson has it. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Penix looking to pass. Dump off caught by his back. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Throwing, Penix. Escapes the pocket. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And that's completed the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Commanders are able to cover the kick.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. A run here with Robinson. And they bring him down quickly, but he does have it across the 40. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Daniels. Throw complete to Eckler. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Commanders breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee. The Falcons take a timeout to their final 1. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
On comes Austin Seibert and the Commanders' field goal unit to try this on 4th down. A very short kick here from the right hash. His kick is good at the ends, but boy, Brock, we might see some words exchanged at midfield here as they add 3 to the win as time expires. So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C.